Welcome back to the Horror Movie Files. Today's topic will be over the odd but interesting Australian horror, the Babadook. But before we continue, a word from our sponsors, the Patreon. Geeks and Gnomes has a wide array of content, including written stories, videos, shorts, and digital art. Of course, this includes the SCP Horror Movie Files, which helped start this YouTube channel, but I'd also like to advertise on more original in the business project and development, which I call Endless Conflict. Supporting the Patreon is the best way to get access to all new content way ahead of time. Though I take suggestions anywhere, requests made on Patreon are always given first and fast priority. But of course, there is a 7-day free trial in case you change your mind later, so there's no need to worry if it turns out you don't like our content. Now back to the file. This video will contain images and descriptions of creepy humanoid monsters, clowns, demonic entities, depression, and mental health issues. If none of that bothers you, or doesn't bother you too much, then let's begin with SCP-AFK. SCP-AFK. Previous codename, the Anxiety Demon. Previous object class, Keter. Special Containment Procedures. Description: SCP-AFK was originally a demonic entity that targeted victims under depression, stress, and anxiety. SCP-AFK typically takes the form of a large man dressed in a large black coat, has long black fingers, with a black top hat, has a pale white face, extremely light blue eyes to the point they appear white, and disgusting black teeth with black lips. It's unknown how exactly SCP-AFK hunts, but once it has found a potential victim, it will first manifest as a pop-up book that seems child-friendly. Judging by past records of SCP-AFK-related attacks, the entity seems to target families of at minimum one parent and one child. After the book is read, even if the reader stops halfway, they have unfortunately already become infected with SCP-AFK's influence as soon as they feel fear. Once the conditions are met, SCP-AFK will proceed to torment its victims, slowly driving everyone within the same household insane, or to complete despair. SCP-AFK will continue to torment the victims until they mentally break, finally allowing the entity to possess one of the family members, normally the most emotionally broken, and use their bodies to kill everyone in the family and ultimately themselves. The resulting suffering from this tragedy is believed to be the ultimate feeding for SCP-AFK. It is assumed that once the entire family is gone, SCP-AFK will begin the feeding process again by hunting for a new family. But, as stated before, how it does this is unknown. It should also be noted that denying SCP-AFK's existence only makes it stronger, and the best way to actually ward off the entity is to confront one's own trauma, a task easier said than done. SCP-AFK was discovered in 2014 within Australia, where it was found in a house of a widow and her 7-year-old son. Foundation agents have been tracking all potential deaths related to SCP-AFK and traced similar instances of strange occurrences happening to the widow and her son. One night, while the family was sleeping, Foundation agents snuck in and quickly found SCP-AFK's book, and not only were suspicious of the book's content, but did a scan, confirming traces of demonic wavelengths. SCP-AFK was therefore recovered to be placed in Foundation custody. The agents later laced the water of the house with Class G amnestics to make the widow and her son think any related incidents were all just a bad dream. Unfortunately, at the time it was unknown how powerful SCP-AFK was, and thus once it was taken to a local Foundation area base, the staff of the base was terrorized, with 13 confirmed casualties. To prevent further loss of life, SCP-AFK was immediately sent to the Department of Technology, Alchemy, Science, Magic, and Warfare, who were able to quickly determine the true nature of the insidious anomaly and properly contain it within an Akiva radiation suppression bookcase. Afterwards, SCP-AFK was contained within the library of Site-AR within the Level 3 archives of the Demonic section. Originally, that was the end of the file, but upon 2017, this file had to be edited due to SCP-AFK not only escaping containment due to an on-site containment breach, but somehow mutating from a book into an internet meme. Originally, this was considered a potential XK class end of the world scenario, at least until it was revealed that SCP-AFK developed a new feeding method on its victims, though shockingly ended up beneficial. Mobile Task Force Kappa-10 Skynet has confirmed that SCP-AFK now spreads through memes related to LGBT content, such as topics, jokes, and inspirational quotes. Despite being a demonic entity, it no longer feeds on the anxiety and depression of its victims, nor does it possess them after breaking their minds. Instead, SCP-AFK now fills its intended victims with bravery. They become overwhelmed with a desire to express themselves, their identity, and sexuality. SCP-AFK ends up feeding on the resulting joy and euphoria that comes from the host expressing who they are. Curiously, since SCP-AFK has switched its feeding from fear and despair into hope and joy, it has grown stronger and as a result is able to influence more people at once and therefore feed more than ever before. To this day, it is unknown as to how this happened, but given the alternative would have been a K-class scenario, most here at the Foundation have chosen not to complain. Though efforts to find out why SCP-AFK changed the way it did are ongoing. Though it is with hope that another change as drastic as this, especially one that could lead to the harm of the public, will never happen again.
I find it hilarious, but also interesting that SCP-AFK turned from a Keter-class demonic parasite into a gay meme. I only wish it was possible to turn other Keter-class or dangerous-class anomalies into more friendly anomalies like SCP-682, SCP-106, and SCP-079. But then again, that might lead to the creation of joke-class anomalies, which I absolutely hate. So maybe we should just stick to neutralizing them or keeping them rotting in their cells. Psych Director Nancy James, concluding personal report, and signing off.
And that was SCP-AFK. Thank you to everyone for watching this video to the end. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, as I'm so close to reaching my goal of 200 subscribers. But don't forget to leave a like on the video and comment down below what you thought. As I always say, all criticism is helpful to creators, so please don't hold back on your opinions. But also be sure to comment the names of what you want to be made next. Though Patreon requests get priority treatment, I take suggestions anywhere, so feel free to send a few. And don't forget to check the links in the description below so you can follow me on all my social media outlets to stay up to date with all my content. There is also the wiki page for the SCP horror movie files, which is the best place to find all related content, so please be sure to check that out. Link is also in the description. And finally, a very special thank you to all my patrons who support me in doing what I love. If you want to be like them and have the same perks they do, then please subscribe today and get access to content early, as well as updates on my content you can't find anywhere else. Thank you all again for watching, and hope you stick around, as there's always more to come. But seriously, I don't know how the Babadook became a gay icon, though he does look fabulous in rainbows. Also, look, a clown. See? I didn't lie in the disclaimer, I never do that. Never.